It certainly looks dodgy, but as a skeptic, I suppose a healthy skeptic, you could say, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Now, the observers team went onto Google Earth. They used various other techniques to try to zero in on this detention centre. In the video, it was claimed that it was in Queensland, Australia. So if you do a simple search for detention centres in Queensland, Australia, in Brisbane, there are several. And without going into the forensic details, because if you look at the Observer's website, you can get those forensic details in the article. Using Google Earth facilities, they were able to actually identify frames in the street view that identified this particular facility. And the facility is, in fact, near Brisbane Airport. And it is for immigration purposes. It was an extension built to immigration, to a detention centre. It was ordered in 2017. There are also a number of official documents that the observers were able to locate showing the tender for this particular facility. So it has nothing to do with the COVID situation. This was the tender for this particular facility was put out in 2017, well prior to the pandemic.
Okay, so that's debunked.
And I did mean to kind of point out the context in the sense that Australia, we've been seeing now, for example, in Austria, the fact that unvaccinated people are being told to stay at home. We've also seen that Australia generally, you have some conservative voices in America calling the vaccine mandate in Northern Territory tyranny. So I guess what the point I'm making is what might have seemed completely preposterous 6 months ago or a year ago in the context of further measures being taken to combat COVID-19, I suppose some people could fall into the trap. Fake news, I suppose, is most effective in a context of people just being open to believing the incredible.
Okay, let's move on to another story here in France, which I want to believe is true. There have been some reported sightings of UFOs in the south of France. Can this be true?
Well, so this was reported in several French media, right? La Dépêche, TF1, the main private TV channel here in France, on their news bulletin, they also broadcast this. There were various different media. You can see this is one English language media that picked up on it as well. UFO spotted repeatedly in the sky above southern France. The object was seen by people in Montpellier, Perpignan. The local weather service compiled a video of the different sightings. Now, that would seem to indicate that it's credible, right? If the local weather service is talking about it. Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, or whatever, I suppose fortune doesn't come into it, it's just fact. A guy called Rémi Gaillard, who is a well-known hoaxer, got in cahoots with the local weather service in Le Gard. And so the weather service were in on this. And in fact, this is the guy he's pointing to here. You can see TF1, one of the biggest broadcasters here in France, went with this particular story. In any case, what happened was they edited scenes together that claimed to show UFOs in the sky. It was completely false, and it was used as a stick to beat, I suppose, quote-unquote mainstream media with for not having verified the information. But I suppose if you have a local weather service that is kind of in on it, it's more a case of the media being very convincingly misled, as opposed to a case of fact-checking not having been to a high enough degree or tight enough degree to weed out this false information.
I think a few people might look at that T-shirt that he's wearing there and have a few things to say about that as well.
Indeed.
Well, I'm very disappointed, frankly. I was hoping that
it would be
UFO
exciting.
was
Sorry.
true.
Maybe it's true somewhere, but not here.
Not even April Fool's. Quite a weird one there.
No.
Thank you very much indeed.